We're back with some late out of date transfer news, and it is the 2nd of January 2024. Currently recording this as soon as the game is kicked off earlier, but this video will be scheduled for later. So, hopefully, a couple of hours ago there was a positive match review, but based off that starting 11, seeing Dessers in there just got me riled up. But let's talk about Josh Doig, shall we? Because Rangers are linked with a move. We've made contact apparently, and how much this is true? Well, 5.5 million on the table is probably what it's going to cost to bring Josh Doig in. Now, we're linked with Doig, we're linked with a winger, we'll get to him later. We've brought in Silva on loan. You know, all the talk about Lawrence Shankland. I tell you what, if we brought in those four, obviously, you know, we've already brought Silva in. If we brought in those four, that would be a great window. But, you know, you'd be looking at what, 5.5 for the. You'd probably be looking at about 12 million spent, and then whatever you're spending on Fabio Silva's wages, man, it would be an incredible amount for Rangers to spend in January. But what I would say is it could be possible with also letting some of the dead weight go. You know, if we get a couple of million, which, you know, based off some of the players, you're not going to be getting a couple of million. But, you know, selling a few players, adding them all together, maybe you could make half of the 12 million back in fees. Maybe the club's taking a risk. Maybe they're like, you know what, actually, maybe that European money will pay well. But as for Josh Doig, I'd absolutely take Josh Doig. The only problem with bringing Josh Doig in for me means we would have him, Yilmaz, and Barisic, and that's too much. Obviously, Barisic's contract is up very soon, so it would probably mean that he is out the door, if we're being honest, and that's probably that's the correct thing to do. As the internet has crashed and the TV has crashed, my Rangers TV is down. Brilliant. So Kelly could be 3-0 up for all I know. But Josh Doig, I'd take him, but 5.5 million is a wee bit unrealistic. But also, there is rumours about us splashing the cash, 2.5 million, on Fatise Arnhem winger, million Manhafe. So he's not quite a million Manhafe, he's a 2.5 million Manhafe, if you catch my drift. But the most crucial thing about this guy is an actual winger, right winger to be exact, and we haven't had one of them since Daniel Candeas. Man, we have seen so many different players attempt to play out there. You know, we've seen Aribo, we've seen Kamar Roof, we've seen Scott Wright, recently we've seen Cantwell. I could name about 400 Rangers players that's played out there since Daniel Candeas left. But at the end of the day, troops, Daniel Candeas, I like Candace, right? But I think he's one of those players that, in order for us to take the step up that we did, I think he did need to go. But at the same time, you may as well have kept him, considering we haven't had a winger since then on that right hand side, like an all-in-out winger. And you know what? I welcome this guy. 2.5 million. It's a reasonable fee for a position that we are severely lacking in. So for me, I'd absolutely sign him. I'd absolutely bring him in. You know, yeah, 2.5 million. It's a bit of a risk, but you know, considering the amount of money that we've spent on absolute duds, what's 2.5 million? Honestly, is Big John, brother John there, getting a wee word in Seema's ear. It's like, don't be making that tackle again, Seema. I'll be forced to remind you again, because you know the Mason referees in Scottish football at it again. But guys, that is it for your transfer news. I'm going to go and watch the rest of this game. In terms of the start so far, we've had one attack there on the left hand side, and Seema kind of just ran into the Kelly guy. That's about it. 4 minutes in. So until next time, your thoughts down below. That's it for the transfer news, and peace.